Hi, my name is Justice Jones,
And my name is Zaylin Foth.
and today we're going to teach you about the order of operations. So there is a main component in knowing what order to go into when you're solving problems that have multiple components, such as division or multiplication or adding or subtracting, and that is called PEMDAS. So PEMDAS is an acronym to help you memorize what order to go into when you have longer equations. So the P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. So any numbers that are in a parentheses like this, those will be the first set of numbers that you will solve. The next one is exponents. And then an example would be like 4 squared. So anything that has that base with the number up in the top right corner will be the next thing you will solve either after the parentheses, or if it does not have one, this will be the next thing, the first thing you will do. The next one is multiplication. So like 4 times 3 or 6 times 11 or anything like that. And then of course D stands for division. And that's like 12 divided by 2, or any types of division problems. A is for addition. So like 2 plus 2. And then S is for subtraction. So like 4 minus 2. Now a big thing that you have to remember with PEMDAS is when you have something, say you have multiplication and division both in, these two are interchangeable, meaning you can decide I want to do division first before I do multiplication if it shows up that way in the problem, and you'll still get the same answer, and the same goes for addition and subtraction. However, the thing is, you can't use multiplication and addition. Those are not interchangeable. So if you see multiplication and you see addition, you have to do that multiplication first before you do the addition, and that goes with all multiplication down to subtraction.
So now we're going to show you a problem and work it through. So first we look if there is any parentheses, which there is not in this problem. So we move on to exponents. And there's no exponents either, so now we don't have to do parentheses or exponents. So we move on to multiplication and division. So multiplication is the first thing. So I'm going to take 7 times 2, which is 14, and then I'm going to write out the rest of the problem. And now we go to, there's no more division or multiplication, so we'll move on to addition and subtraction. And so you'll want to work from the left to the right, so we'll take 14 minus 2, which is 12. And then you write out the rest of the problem again. And then 12 plus 5, which is 17, minus 6. And then you take 17 minus 6, which is 11. And then that is your final answer. So now we'll do another problem for you. Okay, so now we have our second problem. And so like we said, we're going to start with parentheses. So we look through and there's one set of parentheses here. So we're going to do that first. So we'll take 19 minus 7, which is 12. And then we're going to write out the rest of the problem again. Alright, so now we go, is there any more parentheses? There is not, so we'll go to exponents. And there is one right here, so we're going to take 3 squared, which is 9. So we're going to write the 9, and then we'll continue to write the rest of the problem out. So now we go to multiplication and division, and like we've said multiple times, you just go from the left to the right on your multiplication and division. So first is 9 times 2, so that's 18. So 12 plus 18, and continue writing out the rest of the problem. So now we go to the second one, which happens to be division. So we take 18 divided by 6, which is 3, and write out the rest of the problem. So now we have no more multiplication or division, so we move on to addition and subtraction. So since they're interchangeable, we just move from left to the right again. So 12 plus 3 is 15, plus 3 minus 5. And now we keep moving to the left. 15 plus 3 is 18. And continue writing out the rest of the problem. And finally, we take 18 minus 5, which is 13. And we're done.
Yay!
That is PEMDAS, or Order of Operations.